Okay, we're going to cover lubricating your garage door, changing your belt, inspecting your belt. So I'm going to show you some of the products that we're going to use here. So this is a garage door lube, by the way. All the products, including the belt, I'll put a link in the description to pick these up on Amazon. This is garage door lube right here. This is a high grade silicone garage door lubricant, absolutely phenomenal. Then here we have Shin-Itsu silicone grease. I'll put a link to this as well. Any silicone grease will work as long as it's, a high grade silicone grease. And then we have our traditional white lithium grease by Lucas. Okay, so we'll talk really quick about this guy. Where do we use this? And here you can see I got a piece of aluminum foil. So what you do is you put a piece of aluminum foil behind your spring and you kind of curl it. And then you saturate your spring with your silicone grease. Saturate the spring all the way across, okay? And then you just get a rag and kind of wipe the excess off. You don't want it dripping. You don't want to spray your wall, but you're going to use the silicone grease. Now, it's recommended that you lubricate this spring about 3 times per year with your silicone grease. With your silicone spray lubricant. This is a powder-coated spring. A lot of the cheaper springs aren't powder-coated. If you need to change your spring, I recommend getting a spring that's made in the United States that's good for at least 60,000 cycles. A lot of springs are only good for 20,000 cycles. They're made in China or some other country. They're gonna snap on you. It's not worth the money. Spend the extra money and go for made in USA powder-coated spring, 60,000 cycles. Okay, what else are we lubricating with this guy? We're lubricating our hinges here, okay? Right? These hinges, I usually pop these off, put the lubrication inside on the actual hinge, good to go. We're gonna clean and lubricate our wheels. So I actually remove the wheels. You don't have to if you don't want to, but there's a lubrication hole, a lubrication port right there, and you're gonna shoot some of this in. If it's really bad, if your wheels and things are really bad, you're probably gonna wanna take them off and do a full clean. Otherwise, you can lubricate. These are sealed 608ZZ or ZB bearings. With dust covers on them, and then we got nylon wheels. These are available on Amazon as well. They're very quiet. Highly recommend them. I'll put a link to these as well. They're fantastic. You're gonna clean your tracks, okay? So the insides of your tracks. Do not lubricate your tracks. Clean them really, really, really good. And if you have lubrication in your tracks, my recommendation is get some gasoline in a pan with some paper towels and some rags, because that cuts through grease like butter, and you can clean those tracks up really nice, okay? You wanna put your finger in that track, wipe it, and you don't wanna see anything on your finger. I still got a little bit in there, but generally speaking, you want that to be really, really clean. If you hire a garage, garage repair technician to come out, he's gonna just spray white lithium grease all over everything. It's wrong, okay? A lot of those guys don't really know what they're doing. I hate to say it. You see up here, right, where we have the steel cable coil wheelie, pulley? Do not lubricate that. Zero lubrication. Keep it clean. Keep your steel cable clean. Keep that clean. Do not put any lubrication on that. That needs to stay dry. Okay? Some people do put silicone grease on these. I don't recommend it. I recommend going with this because, grease, it attracts a lot of dust, and you don't want dust and debris building up in there. Now, we're talking about the rail and the shoe, okay? So let me climb up here real quick. The rail and the shoe, okay? So, your I-beam rail up here. No lubrication up here. Zero. Keep this totally dry. Keep this clean and dry. No lubrication. The only lubrication that you're gonna put is on the bottom side of the rail, and that's where you're gonna use your silicone grease, okay? That's the white silicone grease. You're gonna use that on the bottom of the rail. So clean the bottom of your rail really good and rub that white silicone grease in real nice. And then your shoe is gonna slide real nice on there, okay? My recommendation when you're changing the belt, when you go to change the belt, you're gonna wanna pop off that wheel right there, and you're gonna wanna clean that wheel really, really, really well. And I used a white lithium grease on the shaft. So this bolt right here, this is a shaft bolt, and the wheel rotates on the shaft. I put a nice white lithium grease in there. You can also use silicone grease. Silicone grease is fine too. And let's come over here to this side. Okay. And I'll show you the top of the wheel up here. Okay, so here's our wheel with the gears in it, right? You want to make, there's a cover usually that sits over this, but you're going to want to make sure that this is really clean. You don't have any grease on here. You don't want any lubrication or any grease on your belt. This belt needs to run dry. If you get any petroleum products on this, you're going to have premature belt failure, okay? Because the petroleum products, they degrade the rubber, the polymers. Now, here, this wheelie, you know, there's a little spring clip in here. You can pop the spring clip off. You can remove the wheel, clean it, lubricate the shaft, okay? So you don't want rust forming on that shaft. Lubricate the shaft with some white lithium grease, slide your wheel back on. Now let's go over here and I'll show you about how we tighten, how we adjust the belt. How do we adjust the belt? How do we take the belt off and how do we adjust the belt? Okay, you got a little nut right here. This is Chamberlain, LiftMaster Chamberlain. 7/16, you put a box wrench on here, 7/16 box wrench, and you unscrew this, okay? If you need to lubricate, you see there's a little rust on this, so I gotta lube that up a little bit. You're gonna hold this with a pair of pliers right here, pinch it with a pair of pliers or a pair of vice grips, and then you're gonna spin this nut out all the way. And then there's a little clip right here, a little spring clip that you can remove with a flathead screwdriver pretty easily. So you remove the spring clip, take the housing off. Okay, this little rail, this guy right here, this chain link slides out from the back and the belt attaches from right here. That gives you enough slack to remove this guy. You just rotate this 90 degrees and come straight up and out, okay? Easy peasy. Now, in terms of tensioning, how much tension do you need to put on this belt? How tight does it need to be? At the center of the rail, which is right about here, you want to have a 1/2 inch of vertical play. So that means when you grab it and you move it up, it should move up about a 1/2 inch before it becomes exceedingly difficult to move it. Up to 3/4 inch is acceptable, okay? But bottom line is you don't want this belt slapping all over the place. So you need 1/2 inch. My recommendation is the 1/2 inch. So you're gonna keep working this nut in until that belt is only 1/2 inch of play. Now, the white lithium grease, where else are we putting that? So I like to pop these guys off, these two nuts right here. And there's a little dowel right here that sticks into the door about 3/8 to about a 1/2 inch maybe it sticks in. I like to clean that up real nice, put white lithium grease on it and shove it back in, mount that back up. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you're pretty much good to go at that point. You can lubricate a little bit right here, not too much. Put a little white lithium grease here or silicone grease there. And then right there where you have this, you want to grease that up a little bit. I put the Shinitsu silicone grease right here because this thing, you know, rotates in there. But fundamentally, that's it. So those are the products. Now, the belts. These belts are rated typically for about 15 to 20 years. But you can see what happened to this belt. And that happened fairly quickly. Look at that. It's just completely destroyed. Now, a big part of that is because I had a technician out to my house that installed a new motor for me. I got a really good deal on a smart Wi-Fi enabled opener. And he sprayed the shit out of everything with white lithium grease. And so you can see there's white lithium grease there. The gear on the top of the unit up here, that gear was completely coated in grease. And that's what caused premature failure on that belt. All right, I hope this was informative.